are moments when we are so drawn to what glitters that we forget what matters. In a world full of noise, temptation, and distraction, it becomes dangerously easy to abandon the very things we are meant to protect: our purpose, our families, our spiritual calling. But Ifa reminds us that every blessing carries responsibility, and when we walk away from it, the consequences are not always immediate, but they are inevitable. This is the tale of a young woman named Ajike, who was given a sacred task but traded it for applause, and of what happened when the spirits came knocking. Before we open the gates of this ancient lesson, please remember to like, subscribe, and tap the bell for more stories from Ifa Wisdom Tales. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Ifa Wisdom Tales for daily wisdom from the sacred Odus and Yoruba proverbs brought to life. The Yoruba proverb says, "The hen who leaves her eggs to dance forgets that death is coming for her chicks." This speaks to the danger of misplaced attention. When someone leaves what is sacred, fragile, or growing to chase the illusion of joy, entertainment, or validation. And so, Orunmila, seated beneath the sacred Iroko, gathers the youth of the village for tonight's story. Let me tell you about Ajike, the girl who was chosen to carry a divine flame, but wandered into the dance floor of destruction. In the lush village of Iremo, there lived a girl named Ajike. She was bright, beautiful, and known for her laughter. Her feet moved like water. She could dance in a way that made even the Orisha smile. At 15, the village diviners gathered and called her name. Ajike, they said, "You are the vessel chosen to carry the Ogún Omo, the sacred flame of creation that brings life, healing, and protection." The flame would be kept in a gourd, warmed with prayers, gathered through rituals, and watched for 21 moons until it could be passed to the next guardian. Ajike was honored. She wept at the shrine. She received her training. She was told, "Do not leave it unattended. Feed it with chants. Water your ori. You are no longer just Ajike. You are a keeper of destiny." At first, she was dedicated. She woke at dawn to pray. She listened to the elders. She kept to herself. But soon, the drum started calling. The village square filled with music. Girls her age danced in silk. Boys stared at her, whispering her name. "Ajike, come dance." She resisted at first, but each day, her ear learned closer to the beats. And one night, she went. She hid the guard under her mat, wrapped in clothes, and slipped into the night. The music was loud. The lights were bright. For the first time in months, she felt alive. She danced. She spun. She laughed. But back in her heart, the flame flickered. The prayers grew cold. The gourd began to crack. The next day, the Babalawo called her. Odu Ose Otura has come. It warns of the guardian neglecting her post. She looked down. It is not me. She lied. Again, the village called her. The dance returned. This time, she wore gold. She was crowned Queen of the Night. The children of the village began falling ill. Crops began to wilt. Strange winds howled through the night. Still danced. Still she laughed. Until one night, as she danced, a shadow passed through the crowd. The drums silenced. A chill ran down her spine. At her home, the god shattered. Ajike returned to find the flame gone. Smoke filled her hut. The sacred markings on her mat had turned black. She ran to the elders. "I forgot," she screamed. "I only left for one night." The eldest priestess touched her face. It wasn't one night. It was every time you heard the drum louder than your ori. The Orisha were not angry. They were silent. The village forgave her, but the gifts did not return. The new flame would not light in her hands again. She would spend years helping others guard theirs, but hers would remain extinguished. Ajike changed. She no longer danced in the village square. She became the one who taught younger girls how to guard the sacred. She led prayers before festivals. She swept the shrines before anyone arrived. And though she never regained her original flame, she became the one who taught others how to keep theirs. Under the Iroko tree, Orunmila lowered his voice. Adìẹ tó fọkọ ṣeré, kò mọ̀ pé ikú ń bọ́ ọmọ rẹ̀. The hen who leaves her eggs to dance forgets that death is coming for her chicks. This is not just a proverb. It is a warning. Your eggs could be your dream, your child, your spiritual practice, your healing, your divine calling. When we step away from our sacred responsibilities to chase excitement, validation, or ease, we may not see it right away, but something begins to die. Not because we are evil, but because spirits cannot protect what we do not protect. To those listening, what sacred responsibility have you walked away from? What eggs have you left unguarded to chase temporary joy? What flames have you forgotten to feed? This story isn't about shame. It's about remembrance. You can return. You can pray. You can rebuild. But you must first recognize what you've abandoned. Ask yourself, have I made time for my ori? Am I dancing while something I love is fading? Have I traded divine purpose for earthly attention? Blame will return to those who remember why they were chosen to carry it. Ajike's story is not one of failure. It is a mirror. Let it show what you've forgotten. Let it bring you back to the shrine. Let it teach you duty is sacred. Attention is spiritual warfare. And the things that seem small are often holding up your whole destiny. If the story touched you, comment below. I will not leave my eggs to dance. Share this with someone who may have forgotten their divine role, their child's needs, or their healing path. Remind them it's not too late to return. Follow Ifa Wisdom Tales for more stories where proverbs work, ancestors speak, and Uri remembers. YouTube, Ifa Wisdom Tales. Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at Ifa Wisdom Tales. Email, ifawisdomtales@gmail.com. Until next time, guard your flame, honor your purpose, and let the music guide you back to what matters. Ashe.